That's pretty gross, isn't it? That 30% of all food is being wasted. I mean, just thrown into the rubbish bin. You'd think that they would give it to people who need it.
It's because the human beings are greedy.
I think people here they go to supermarket like every week or even like once 2 weeks. So they buy a lot of stuff and which they might don't need and which might expire before they use it.
People want to have a different meal all the time. They don't want to eat the same meal over and over. So if there's any leftover, usually they just put it in the fridge and they never end up finishing it.
A lot of food is being wasted by people. They don't really know what they've got in their fridge a lot of the time.
They buy so much food, more than their needs.
And they buy a lot of stuff, just stuff them in the fridge or wherever and forget about them. So maybe that's why they waste food.
I don't know, but clearly people are either eating too much or too busy to eat things in their fridge. I don't know.
And they put much more food than they need into their plates.
I think it's just when you have too much of it. It's when you become unaware of the value of food.
When they cook too much, usually there are leftovers.
People do the grocery shopping when they're so much hungry. That's why the people buy so many food more than their needs.
So you look at the food and it just looks as if you can eat the whole thing. But when you come to it, you just finish half of the plate and you're like, oh, I'm stuffed, I can't finish this.
Like your eyes are bigger than your stomach, and
Actually, when I first came here, I threw away a lot of food.
Yes, I throw away food more than I think.
Yes, I do, unfortunately.
I would say, it did happen, but it's very rare.
Yes, I do sometimes.
I waste a lot of food.
well, when I throw away food, it tends to be stuff that's been in the fridge too long. And sometimes, things go bad. They go bad too quickly.
I just forget what I've got in there. I forget what I've got in the fridge.
I think that's when I buy like meat product, like fresh meat, and they goes off quite quickly.
Especially things that go off quickly, say like milk, yogurt.
Or it's stuff which gets bad really quickly, like milk or bread, which has a short lifespan.
I've got a lot of fruit that goes off very quickly.
If I did loads of food, there's no way I'm going to finish it. Lots of times I do store things in the fridge on the basis that I'm going to eat it tomorrow. And tomorrow comes, you're busy or something and you forgot about it. Next thing you know, you look at your fridge after 2 weeks and you say, oh, shit.
They just get shoved to the back and I can't seem to see what I've got and when it's going off.
Sometimes you have a busy week and you can't have everything right away.
Which I cook, maybe I cook too much and then, I don't want to eat them after 2 days.
With people having money and being capable of affording food, they stop valuing it much, and it loses its sense of being a commodity.
The packs in the supermarket, they don't sell smaller packs, so that really creates a lot of waste.
Sometimes I buy stuff that I think I might cook today or tomorrow, but then I have some other plans comes up.
Buying a lot of things and not actually use them.
I don't know. I do so much grocery shopping.
I feel quite bad about it.
You should do the grocery shopping for 2 or 3 days. You shouldn't think of buying things for feeding yourself a month or a week. The advantage of that would be buying fresh food and throwing less food away.
London supermarkets especially should sell smaller portions.
A lot of things you can plan to buy in the supermarket every week or buy it more frequently.
People should be more aware of what they eat and the quantities and amounts that they do consume.
I recommend buying less and more often.
Not to eat so much and to eat ready meals.
Even bread, you can freeze them in the freezer and they can last longer.
So if you buy like food for the next 2 or 3 days, planning ahead of what you're going to cook and how much, then you can save yourself a lot of throwing.
Just be careful of what they buy and have the mindset that food wasted, any waste is not good.
Yes, because we can afford it, that doesn't mean that we should just throw it away. People should just be more aware and be realistic about how much do we consume and are we going to eat that. And if you're going to be experimental, just be cautious not to buy too much and throw too much, because at the end of the day you have to think that it is a commodity, just as water is becoming a commodity. It is a luxury that we do have.
Yeah, I don't mind sharing stuff like salts and herbs and maybe vegetables.
Yeah, I think sharing food with neighbors is great.
That would be great.
In this way, you can prevent wasting food and you can make use of everybody's storage.
Yeah, that sounds okay. I don't really get on with my neighbours and I don't speak to them, so it'd be hard to swap food with them.
I would feel good.
Sometimes we can share, like take turns to cook. And it merges friendship.
And sharing is also very economical way for everybody.
Get to know each other a bit better maybe. And I'm not sure if we'd have the same taste, but if it was ingredients then it worked quite well.
I don't mind sharing generic stuff, like I said, like bread or milk. Stuff like jam or Nutella, I might be a little apprehensive about because not everyone's hygienic.
That's also to prevent to have leftovers, because if a group of people are eating, you're more likely to finish everything. So what you can't eat according to your plan, your neighbors can finish them.
Save me buying stuff at the shop every time when I needed it.
People just don't know each other that well. And if you go and knock on your neighbor's door and say, hey, I have some food here, would you like it? I mean, most probably your neighbor's going to be shocked. Do I look like a beggar to you? Or they don't know what the hell you're giving them. So it just doesn't go down in the city that well, I believe.